Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Thursday, December 9th, 2021. And we begin with an out-of-this-world discovery setting the stargazing world abuzz. Astronomers at Stockholm University have identified one of the biggest planets ever found, and scientists say it shouldn't exist at all. 325 light-years from Earth in the Centaurus constellation, this giant exoplanet, exo because it sits outside our own solar system, has 10 times the mass of Jupiter and is orbiting a massive two-star system that is 3 times hotter and 10 times heavier than our Sun. Scientists had previously believed a planet could not exist in such an environment. The research team used a special telescope to capture an image of the new planet, but the dual stars, identified as B Centauri, are themselves visible in the night sky. The news was reported yesterday in the journal Nature. A new feature in Tesla's line of automobiles is raising eyebrows. Instead of buttons and knobs, Teslas have a giant screen on the dashboard that operates things like the radio and air conditioning. However, now it also features video games that work while the car is in motion. It's meant for passenger use only, but drivers can easily find a workaround. So why did Tesla add it? One possible explanation is that the company is preparing for the day when their self-driving technology turns all drivers into passengers. That hasn't happened yet, and the ability to game in the front seat isn't sitting well, even amongst Tesla diehards. In a video uploaded to YouTube, one Tesla owner films himself playing solitaire while sitting in the driver's seat with a car turned on, saying, "This is pretty dangerous, and take note of that, Tesla." Beauty is more than skin deep, even for dromedaries. As we reported last week, camel pageants are big business in the Middle East. Now comes word that organizers of a competition in Saudi Arabia just booted more than 40 camels for receiving Botox and other chemical injections designed to stretch out their lips and noses and even make their heads bigger. Rules prohibit owners and breeders from artificially enhancing the camel's appearance, so these 40 animals can't preen and their handlers can't collect the $66 million in prize money. This event, and others like it, may seem odd, but they're intended to preserve the Bedouin camel breeding tradition. There's a whole lot of shaking going on in the American Northwest. The U.S. Geological Survey reported a swarm of more than 40 earthquakes shaking the Oregon coast starting on Tuesday and continuing into yesterday. Most of the quakes are considered small to moderate, but at least one measured 5.8 on the Richter scale. The sheer number of quakes over such a short time is considered unusual, though the location is not. One of the country's most active fault lines, the Blanco Fracture Zone, sits about 200 miles off the coast in the Pacific Ocean. Local seismologists are reassuring residents there's no cause for alarm. According to Harold Tobin, a professor at the University of Washington, this doesn't mean the big one is on its way. In other KidNuz notes, who did Sports Illustrated magazine crown as its Sportsperson of the Year for 2021? Pundits' predictions range from baseball phenom Shohei Ohtani to basketball star Giannis Antetokounmpo, but in the end, the title went to the reigning master of the gridiron and quarterback supreme, Tom Brady. At 44 years old, the GOAT is playing some of the best football of his career. His Tampa Bay Bucks have the second-best record in the NFL and could find themselves in the Super Bowl again this year. He may not be on the current cover of Sports Illustrated, but Tiger Woods is making headlines along with his 12-year-old son, Charlie. The twosome will team up later this month at the PNC Golf Championship Tournament in Orlando, Florida. This will be Tiger's first foray back in a competition since his serious car accident in February, where he almost lost his right leg. The father-son duo made their first appearance together at last December's PNC tournament. On Twitter, Tiger acknowledged his long road back and tried to manage expectations by saying, "I'm playing as a dad and couldn't be more excited and proud." That's it for KidNuz. Now, our KidNuz quiz. The recently discovered exoplanet is located in our star system how many light years away from Earth? 325. Why have more than 40 camels been disqualified from a beauty pageant in Saudi Arabia? For Botox and other artificial injections. Who is Sports Illustrated 2021 Sportsperson of the Year? Tom Brady. How many earthquakes have rattled the Pacific Northwest this week? More than 40. In our KidNuz Kicker, you may not have heard of Amazon Web Services, but if you had trouble logging on to Netflix, Disney Plus, or firing up your Kindle on Tuesday, you were affected by a massive computer network outage lasting more than 5 hours. Amazon is more than just the world's biggest retailer. Its web services division dominates cloud storage as well, meaning major companies, universities, and even some governments rely on its computer networks for their day-to-day operations. Amazon has still not commented on the exact cause of the problem or the likelihood of it happening again. Before we go, a big KidNuz shout out for our terrific teachers and their students, Miss Reynolds and her Eagles at Moody Elementary in Lowell, Massachusetts. Miss Cawthon and her magnificent Mendalians at Pride Academy Charter School in East Orange, New Jersey. Mrs. Yonkers Rebs at South Hagerstown High School in Hagerstown, Maryland. Ms. Salazar's Ace Class at Longfellow Middle School in San Antonio, Texas. And finally, a special shout out to Ms. Carlson and her 5th graders at La Entrada Middle School in Menlo Park, California. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.